everything's gonna be alright. And nobody's gotta worry about nothing. Don't go hitting that panic button. It ain't worth spilling your drink. Everything's gonna be alright, alright, alright.
So I nodded my head and said that's for sure. Dropped a few butts in the mason jar. Felt those good old neon vibes on me. And whatever monkey that was on my back, he jumped off just like that, right into the deep blue sea. And I looked back over her shoulder, thinking about the sign hanging up on the wall that said everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Nobody's gotta worry about nothing. Don't go hitting that panic button. It ain't near as bad as you think. Everything's gonna be alright, alright, alright.
You know, this is such a coveted award. First thing I want to do is I want to welcome our Employee of the Year's family to the stage. If they would please come on up. So, this award is very, very special to our company, our family. You know, first off, I love Carl, okay? So, in case you don't know, Carl's like the man in Montgomery County Department of Transportation. If you need something done, if I need my streets, you know, snow plowed and stuff like that, I'd call Carl. Now, you realize the pressure. Now that you got your son there, I can call him.
Yes,
but, you know,
yes.
And I'd say, I got a couple of knuckleheads on my street. I'd say, Carl, when you come on down the street, just making sure you were clearing the way to Danny's house, you know. You can go, I'm on loop, you can go this way. But his family, you know, this family makes a lot of sacrifices for this company, just like a lot of your families do. So it's great to have you guys here. I want to thank you guys. I know that, you know, Mom picks up the phone 24/7 because we all know I call when I got a problem. You know, people say, yeah, I should probably call tomorrow. Yeah, I probably should. Let me go call right now. So that's just how I roll. You know, this Employee of the Year, Betsy, when we needed someone during COVID times to process and underwrite, we called on Betsy. She did an incredible job. She's always risen to the occasion. She's been with us a long, long time. Her progression through life and through the industry has really been a pleasure. She's been a lifelong friend to Lauren. So their relationship goes back prior to either one of them being in the mortgage industry. But I'm really, really proud. You know, she has been someone who we've talked about getting Employee of the Year so many times because every year she kind of was up in that top 2, 3. And, you know, this is her year. This is her time. This is her day. This is our thank you. Thank you, Betsy. We appreciate you. You're our Employee of the Year. There you go. She don't know she's beautiful.
We go out to a party
Our Employee of the Year, people.
The moment
Let's
we
say.
walk in the door,
Oh, yeah.
people stop and everybody stares. She don't know what they're staring for. She don't know she's beautiful. She don't know she's beautiful. No, she's not that. She don't know she's beautiful. Though time and time I've told her so.
Video for you. We're going to enjoy your video.
this is all about. And she don't know she's beautiful. She don't know she's beautiful.
Man, oh man, I don't know about you guys, but I've had fun today. You all had fun today? You know, I think I showed you that first picture, day one, of me on the bulldozer clearing this land to build this thing. And you know, every single day I worked on this thing, I thought about today. I thought about this. Now I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it. But I mean, you know, you guys motivated us to do this. It was awesome. You know, I wanna make sure to thank everybody. And for those of you who I forget to thank you, I always tell you, so no one can say I forgot to thank them. Thank you to everybody. Whether it was Joey who was playing music with us today, you know, that's my crew from Fitzy's that came on up here. You know, we've got, again, trailer after trailer unloading. My son Daniel up there getting stuff up here. You know, my son Jimmy up here helping me with this. We brought Kelly back home from college to help us with this. So, you know, my whole family, Heather drew this for her. That's Daniel's special friend. She drew this for us. She also drew that amazing sign on the back wall. She's an artist. So we finally got somebody in the, we're going to someday soon get somebody in the family who can at least, you know, draw. I can't even write neatly. Of course, Jimmy and Mary are getting married down here in June, so we're hoping that we'll be able to put a lot of this today. We're looking forward to her joining our family very, very much. So thank you to everybody. And then I'm going to end with some closing comments. But I just, this has been a great day. Please don't beat it out of here. We've got crab cakes, we've got shrimp, we've got oysters, we've got steak, we've got potatoes, green beans. You know, if you go home hungry, shame on you. So please, you know, I know that some of you have other commitments. Stay as long as you can. Good thing about down here is the cell phone service sucks, so no one can call you and bug you too much. So I appreciate that. Couple important dates I was going to tell you about real quick. We've got this FHLB kind of class we're doing on in Rockville in 216. I want to try and get some good participation there. Again, we're going after our realtors and tell them that we have this product not for everybody, but for them. We're going to be using this as a payback. We don't want this to be for the agents who kind of like one and done us every year with FHLB. We're going to have a big push on that. I've got that set up for the 2nd of March down in White Plains, when we've got our crab feast there on August the 5th, very important day for us. And then we have a list of our meetings. When we'll be virtual, when we won't. We're still going to always have our monthly meetings. I did back off some of the in-person requirements at your request, but now that we have less, I do expect our attendance to be higher. All right, let's just recap a few things, and then we'll go on to the final fun at the bar afterwards. You know, I chose that video, and honestly, you know, my wife will tell you I probably look at 1,000 videos trying to find the right one for the right mood, and it's difficult. But our life and our work has changed since COVID. There's a lot of things that are different. And we all have had to make adaptations to it, okay? Our goals may have shifted, and we need to adapt to change. We need to adapt to change. Like I say to you every year, if we do exactly the same thing this year that we did last year, we'll fail. I said that after COVID. I say that again now. Every year we must be thinking about ways that we got to change. It's really about the process. Yes, we have to shift the process some. Yes, we have to change. But like Nick Saban, you'll always hear him talking about, stay committed to the process. Our end goal is going to be the same. We may get there a little bit differently, and maybe a little bit different road. Remember, all streams end up in the ocean. So just follow that road. As you shift your process, you can't say, well, maybe I'm going to change this. Maybe I'm going to do this. Maybe I'm going to try this. You've got to commit to it. Remember when we saw in the video here, the main quote was, when your commitment's greater than your feelings, that's when you see results. So when it hurts, when you put your all into it, you've made a commitment, man, now it's tough, I don't want to do it. Hey, that guy wanted to lose weight. It took his daughter almost dying, and then he realized he needed to make a commitment to that. You know, in many ways, we're fighting for our life in here, guys. The time is now, okay? Like the Georgia coach said, we got to win today. We got to go back out on the field, and we got to win. When we leave this room today, we are different than when we walked in. We are different. We are on a different path, and we know the sense of urgency. I love Will, Will loves me, but damn it, we're not going to be able to keep losing money. We got to turn this thing around, all right? And I need everybody in this room to come out of here like a tiger, like I tell AJ he is, and be committed to that process, all right? You know, what is change? Change is opportunity if you know what you're looking for. That's what it is. Anytime there's a change, there's opportunity. Even if you went back into COVID, look at all the companies that made millions and billions of dollars because of COVID. You know why? Because they saw it as an opportunity to change. So as you think about change, think about your team. Think about how you're building them, okay? One thing I promise you, you know, we get in these times here, and I say this, and when we have conversations with Will, who said, you cannot cut your way into a profit. You cannot do it, okay? Yes, you've got to make cuts. Yes, you've got to do things. But the way to get your deficit removed and to get back into the profit thing is when you start to grow. We're growing people. We're adding people to our sales force. We didn't have one loan officer leave here last year to go work at another mortgage company. That doesn't happen here. That didn't happen last year. Okay? We are growing. We are committed to growth. We are committed to the right things, just like we're committed to turning this whole thing around. Maybe you need to transform what you need to do. Maybe you need to change some things up. That's fine. Take a bits and pieces out of everybody you heard up here today. Nobody can copy anybody, but everybody can learn from everybody. And I'll tell you, that's a great group that you can copy from, but the person right next to you is someone you can copy from. And you know what? Everybody in this room will help everybody in this room. So be ready for that. The one thing you cannot do, and it's easy to do, and my mother would tell you, losers do it, you can't allow negativity to force you to fail. Okay? And if you want to sit there and you want to be negative and you want to say the market's this and the pricing's this and this is this and we don't have this and that's why you fail and that makes you feel good when you go home at night because you forced yourself with your negativity to fail, no sir, no ma'am. We're not doing that here. We're going to force you to succeed. Okay? You know, you always hear people talk about any motivational speech or everything I've heard. No one of them ever start out with saying I was born a multi-billionaire, my whole life was good, I never had to work hard. You know, they talk about the joy in their life during difficult times. Well, guess what? You may not feel the joy, but trust me, when we get through this, you're going to look back and say, man, there was a lot of joy in these times. There's a lot of joy. So we're having maybe too much joy because we have too much difficulty, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to push through this. I promise you. A commitment, just like energy, will give you confidence. Once you have a commitment that you've got in your mind and you take the energy that I talked about earlier, you're going to have the confidence that you need to be successful. You know, I was listening to our president the other night. And he talked about possibilities. And I immediately wrote a note to myself. What we really have is opportunities here. And when we have opportunities, we have a commitment, we have a pathway to success. So forget the word possibilities. Think about the word opportunities and make sure that you are taking everything you can out of this opportunity. Put it with your commitment, put it with your high energy level, and guess what? You've got a pathway to success, I guarantee you. Now I'm going to end you on my word of the day. I thought that this one was appropriate because this is a sign that hangs up in the Philadelphia Eagles locker room, and they all touch it on their way out the door. It says, one man can make a difference, but a team can make a miracle. Now, people, we don't need a miracle. We're not there yet. But I need all of you. You may say, I gave you everything I got last year, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that, but guess what? I'm going to ask you for more. I need everybody to give me just a little bit more. I need everybody to be committed that we are going to be successful. That this group right here, no matter how difficult times that we're going to go through, we're going to see the joy in this difficult time. We're going to see the positive in this difficult time. We're going to take the commitment we have with the energy we have and our feelings we're going to put towards that commitment, and we're going to be successful. I know that because I know you. I know the company that I built, and I know no one's going to take it away from me. Thank you, guys.